Hi guys, it's Ben Heath from Lead Guru, and in this video, I'm going to show you how to get 400% more organic traffic with just 10 minutes of work. Now, I know that sounds too good to be true. It absolutely isn't. What I'm going to show you is a simple technique you can use, very quick, obviously takes less than 10 minutes, and it really can deliver some outstanding results. In fact, I'm going to show you an example of an article, a blog post of ours doing exactly that. We took 10 minutes, used this technique, and we're able to increase the organic traffic by over 400%, and not just on a daily, weekly basis, but this has now been over a month. I'm going to show you that in a second. Now, the example I'm going to use to show you how we do this is an article called "How Much Does Facebook Advertising Cost?" Now, my agency, we offer SEO services. We also offer Facebook advertising services. We write lots of content in the Facebook advertising space because we want to generate organic traffic and convert some of those visitors into paying clients. That was the purpose of this article. Now, this article was done historically quite well. It was first published in 2017, and we've updated it a number of times since then. But recently we've noticed that the organic traffic we were generating from this article had dropped off somewhat. And if you've created content, you'll see that happen. And it happens quicker in certain industries. So us, for example, we're in digital marketing. Content information gets stale, gets outdated very quickly. So as that happens, organic traffic is going to drop off. Both Google and searchers want the latest, most up-to-date information possible. So we noticed that the results had dropped off, and we wanted to update the article. Now, of course, you can come into WordPress or however your website, your blog is configured, and you can just update it. You can create some more content, etc., etc. But what I'd recommend you do, and the simple technique that we used, is we installed a plugin called Revisionize. In fact, you can see it up at the top here. Very simple to use. Just go into WordPress and just add in the Revisionize plugin. I'm not going to show you how to do that because it's fairly, I'm assuming you already know how to install WordPress plugins. And what Revisionize allows you to do is it allows you to, well, basically, I'll show you. So if we go into here, if we go into the inside of my website, I've got it lined up here. So this is the article, "How Much Does Facebook Advertising Cost?" I can obviously do edit, like all the regular things, but I can click Revisionize here, okay? And what Revisionize will allow you to do is it allow you to basically create a new version of this article, edit that, and then publish the new version, but keep the same old URL, the same slug, so that it's still in the same location. It basically overwrites the previous version with all the updated information. Now, this is fantastic because it means if you're editing a live blog post, just using the regular edit button, you're going to run into issues of perhaps you haven't quite finished a paragraph, you don't want to publish it, etc., etc. So it can look messy going through that edit process. Revisionize allows you to do it all in one go. Take your time. It doesn't get published until you click publish, and none of this is live. But then it also overwrites the previous version, takes that URL so that you don't have any sort of issues with having to forward on traffic if you were sort of creating a new version under a new URL or anything like that. Very, very simple. So as you can see, I've just clicked Revisionize, and now I can go in and I can update this post. I can make all the adjustments. I can save the draft, and then when I'm ready, I can click publish. And as I said, this new version will overwrite the previous version and replace it in that location. So the new version doesn't need to start ranking by itself or anything like that. You really are just updating the content. Another great thing it will do, and we can see this on this article, is it'll update the publish date to the updated version. If you were to just edit your post and write some more information, update some things, click publish, it would not update the date at which it was published on your site here. So here we've got April 13th, 2020. As I said, the original version of this article was published in 2017. That's useful because, as I said, people want to know that they're consuming up-to-date information. So when people visit this page, when they visit this article and they can see publish date April 13th, 2020, they're far more likely to stick around and read it, which is, as we know, a ranking factor for Google. The more people engage, the more time they spend on page. That's going to move you higher up the rankings. Whereas if they came to this article and saw it was published in 2017, they might think, oh, there's no point, reading this. All the information is going to be out of date. I'll click off it and go read something else, okay? So that's also important. So as I said, very, very easy to do. All you literally do, I'll go back into here, is click Revisionize, as I just did, as I just showed you, once you've installed that plugin, obviously. You go about updating the information, then when you're ready, you click publish. Now, if you're going to bother going through this, I would recommend adding a good chunk of content. So it absolutely can be done in, just a minute to get this updated, add a little bit more information. But to get the best results, I'd recommend adding in a good chunk of information. So if I go through, what we basically tend to do is just add new sections to an old blog post or article. So if I go through and try and remember what was added, So I think in some of this here, I talked about what affects Facebook advertising cost. And I think I added in some new categories in here that were things that are more up to date and more information. So you can see I've got an update there that I've added in. I'm talking about Facebook ad objectives. I don't believe that was in there before. Adding in a video that I've created all about that. So adding in some extra information. Didn't take long at all. I mean, we might have added in, how long is this article? Let's scroll down to the bottom and have a look. This article is, oh, here we go. Yoast will tell me, you should be using the Yoast plugin if you're not ready. 2,318 words. I believe maybe 250, 300 was the new update. Not a lot, can be done very quickly, but here's what it did for our results by doing that. If I jump over to analytics and I've got it loaded up. So what I've done is I've taken a time snippet here from the 1st of March through to today, the recording date today, which is the 27th of May. Well, it says 26th there. So just about 2 months, okay? And you can see I've got this set up on a weekly basis. Over that time period, this article has generated 6,213 page views, which is pretty good for a search term that doesn't get an enormous amount of traffic to it, in that, you know, there's only a certain number of people searching for Facebook advertising cost. But here's the really interesting part. So you can see that first week of March, 365 views, 354 in second week of March, drops down slightly to 265, 262, 259, and 260. Okay, so that in April, we're really quite low, down about the 260 page views a month. Nearly all are generated organically, by the way. We're not sort of promoting this anywhere else. Okay, then we update it, remember, on the 13th of April. So the next week, it goes from 260 page views to 428. So it's a nice increase. What's that? About a 60% increase? Something along those lines. Fantastic. You know, really, really good. That's the week in which we updated it. Next week, gets a little bit better, 462. Next week again, gets a little bit better, 475. And then we really see this article sort of take off and generate significantly more organic traffic. It then goes up to 814 in the first week of May. So we're talking 3 to 4 weeks after the update. Then it goes all the way up to 1,000, which is, as you can see, 4x. You can see that second week in May, we're doing 4 times what we did in the towards the end of March, beginning of April, which is absolutely fantastic. And all we did was use this revisionize technique. We updated the blog post with some more information, making sure that it's keyword optimized and things like that. As I said, both Google and users want up-to-date information. If you can update your information, don't just think that I've written a blog post, I can just leave it forever. This works particularly well if you've got articles and blog posts that used to generate traffic but have dropped off recently. Go in, use the Revisionize plugin, update them. Doesn't have to be a huge amount, maybe write 10% more content, something simple like that. Republish it. Don't expect it to have amazing results overnight. So you can see here that on the week that we made this update, we've got about a 60% increase, which is fantastic. But then it went up again and again, and then about 3 or 4 weeks later, we saw a really big jump all the way up to 1,000. You can see it's coming down here, but that's just because I'm recording this on a Wednesday, so it's just partway through the week. That's just a little drop off there. Okay, so it really is fantastic, simple technique to use that doesn't take very long at all. That in this case, look, we 4x the results. And I think on this article, we went from about a position on our main target keyword, which is Facebook advertising cost. We went from a position on page 2 for that main keyword. So we're at about position 17, went up to about position 8. And obviously you'll know the difference between being on the second page and the first page of Google is absolutely everything. And that's why we literally 4x'd our traffic, generating 400% more traffic, which is absolutely fantastic, very easy to do. And yeah, instead of writing tons of new content, which of course you can be doing, but instead of spending loads of time writing tons of new content, really trying to generate new content all the time, get new eyeballs, etc., think about your old articles, old blog posts. It's often a lot quicker and easier to go back and update those, keep them fresh, add some more information, make the content more valuable for your readers. Then they'll enjoy it more. It'll get a boosting in the Google rankings. And we've done this with a whole number of other articles recently. We've been going back through some of our old best performers and setting this up. And you don't just have to have had an article that performed really well previously. You could take one that didn't do so well, update it, add some more information, use this technique, and you can still see a increase in organic traffic, a move up the rankings because of the updated information, the added value that you're providing, and all that sort of stuff. So just a quick little tip for you guys today to use the Revisionize plug in, update some of your old articles. But as I said, for a little case study on results, this could not be, you can see this graph here, this could not be clearer in terms of what we're seeing, in terms of how it has helped us improve what we're doing, and I strongly recommend you do it. Okay, just before you go, just want to quickly mention our SEO services. So if you're trying to get your website, your blog to rank in Google and other search engines, trying to get more organic traffic, that is something that we can do for you and really help you with. So our SEO services start at just £350 per month, which is roughly $430 for those of you not in the UK. So very competitive, very affordable pricing. If it's something that you're interested in, the best next step is to click on the link in the video description below. That'll take you to a page on our website where you can request a free SEO report. In the video description below, it'll say SEO report and explain what you need to do. Just need to click on that link. Obviously pop in a link to your website when you get to that landing page, a bit of contact information, and then we'll be in touch and we'll produce an SEO report for you that basically analyzes your website, make some recommendations around things that we think you can improve to help you move up the rankings and get more organic traffic. It'll also explain exactly what we would charge to do that for you. So if it is something that you are, as I said, interested in having a professional work on for you, having a professional agency help you get better results, and of course take this off your hand so you can focus on other things, I would strongly recommend you go ahead and click on the link, request a free SEO report, and we'll be in touch. Okay, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like. Please share it, tell a friend. That's always appreciated. Comment below if you've got any questions. Comment below to let me know if you like this sort of content. If this is sort of thing you want me to produce more often, that's always very useful. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn on notifications when you do subscribe so that you are notified when I release new SEO related and Facebook advertising related content like I do multiple times per week. And I will talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.